Hello and welcome to Big Orbit's Cardfight Vanguard weekly update. My name is James and I will be going through the cards shown throughout the past 7 days. We finally finished up on all the Gear Chronicle cards from the Clan Booster and Trial deck. First of all is Gear Owl Stopped at Dusk. He has an auto on the rearguard circle, Generation Break 1, retire this unit. At the end of the battle that this unit boosted a Vanguard with Cronus command in its card name. If you do not have any face-up cards in your damage zone, you may pay the cost. If you do, countercharge 2. Then if the number of cards in your hand is 5 or less, draw a card. This is very nice for recharging after a Cronus Command Dragon hit, though if you don't manage your counterblast well, you can miss the opportunity to use this skill. The draw isn't going to happen very often, as the skill will go off after the triple drive, but it's a nice boost if you're lagging behind. Next up, some Gear Chronicle Legion support, but unfortunately a very small amount of people will use until Gear Chronicle get better Legions. This guy is named Trumpeting Worker, and has the skill, as an auto on rearguard circle, put this unit into your soul. When your opponent's rearguard is put into his or her deck from rearguard circle, if you have a Vanguard in Legion, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw a card and countercharge one and soul charge one. This is a great way to get resources back. The only thing holding it back is Gear Chronicle's Legions. Alithenos Idea Drone is not a terribly great grade 1 for Idea Drones. Has an auto on rearguard circle to choose a card from your bind zone and put it into your drop zone, and retire this unit. At the end of the battle that this unit boosted a Gear Colossus, you may pay the cost. If you do, bind this card face up and countercharge 1. But now I will go through the rest of the Zodiac Time Beasts that have been revealed. First up is Chronicle Monkey. Has auto generation break 1 and counterblast 1. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle, if you have a Zodiac Time Beast on your Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of turn. So this one is one of the best Zodiac Time Beasts, which unfortunately isn't saying much, but at least they have Demiurge. And we know they will be getting future support, and probably good support at that, seeing as it seems that Chrono will be using them. Next up is Chrono Charge Unicorn. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle, choose one of your other Zodiac Time Beast units, and it gets plus 3,000 power until the end of turn. So pretty simple, but still can be useful. The rest of the Zodiac Time Beasts are unfortunately just vanillas, but luckily they do get a really useful stride as a promo. This stride is Meta Pulsar Altered Dragon. The cost for this card stride is also paid with a counterblast 1, and choose Gear Colossus or Zodiac Time Beast from your hand and bind it face up. As an act on the Vanguard circle once per turn, choose a face down card from your G-Zone and turn it face up. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, search for up to 2 cards from among them and bind them face up. Shuffle your deck, and this unit gains plus 2,000 power for each card in your bind zone until the end of turn. If the number of cards in your bind zone is 5 or more, countercharge 1. So not only do you get to bind 3 cards in total, but you also get to check the top 5 cards for 2, and that is incredibly strong for this deck, and I will definitely recommend using at least 2 in the Zodiac Time Beast deck. We also have more token Rambo cards. Firstly, we have the stride Ishikiri Maru Toku. As an auto on the Vanguard circle with Shinken Hisatsu, counterblast 1 and choose a face down card from your G-Zone and turn it face up. When this unit attacks, if all your units are at rest, you may pay the cost. If you do, this unit gets plus 10,000 power until the end of turn. And if the number of face-up cards in your G-Zone is 3 or more, this unit also gets plus 1 critical and plus 1 drive. So definitely a good choice if your opponent just had a big Mega Colony turn, though it can be easily chosen in many situations, especially if you're worried about your opponent having a big turn and you need as many cards in your hand as possible. Next up is the Grade 1 Kashu Kiyomitsu Toku. It has Nito Kaigan, auto on the rearguard circle, Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1. At the end of the battle that Token Danshi Wakizashi boosted this unit, you may pay the cost. If you do, stand this unit and it gets plus 4,000 power until the end of turn. So the Nito Kaigan keyword is used when the races Token Danshi Ushigata and Token Danshi Wakazashi work together. And this card is actually pretty good and pretty interesting, though maybe the skill is a little overcosted. Token Rambo get their first G-Guardian with Kosetsu Samonji Toku. As an auto with Shinken Hisatsu, Soul Blast 1, and when this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, this unit gets plus 10,000 shield until the end of the battle. A very simple skill, though very strong, and it'll have a good chance of preventing an attack going through by itself. Nikari Aoi Toku is a grade 1 with Act, Rearguard Circle, once per turn, Shinken Hisatsu, and Counterblast 1. This unit gets plus 2,000 power until the end of turn. Then if the number of cards in your damage zone is 5, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. So this is a good booster and attacker, but I can't really see him being used too often. A new forerunner for token Rambo is Sayo Samonji Toku. As an act in the rearguard circle, Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1 and put this unit into your soul. If the number of cards in your damage zone is 5, choose one of your units and it gets plus 5000 power and a plus 1 critical until the end of turn. So at first this doesn't seem too great, but combine it with the stride Hotaru Maru and you'll be attacking twice with an extra critical on the stride, so very nice. Soza Samonji Toku is a grade 2 with 8k power, but with an auto Generation Break 1 and Shinken Hisatsu. When this unit intercepts, this unit gets shield plus 15,000 until the end of turn. So for very little effort, he becomes a 20k shield, which is the same as most G-Guardians at the moment. So I think this guy is actually really useful. And lastly, we have the grade 2 Yamato no Kami Yasusada Toku. As an act on rearguard circle with Shinken Hisatsu, Counterblast 1, until the end of turn this unit gets plus 3000 power, and auto on the rearguard circle, Homare, choose a card from your drop zone and put it to the bottom of your deck. When this unit's attack hits the Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, countercharge 1. I can't really see this guy being too useful, as it can easily be a waste of a counterblast, though it is a common so you can't complain about it too much. And that is all for this week. If you have any questions about the ruling, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. I will be gone for 2 weeks, so I won't be able to do these until I'm back, though if any incredibly interesting cards do get released in that time, I will talk about them in the next weekly update, just as a little side note, maybe at the end or the beginning. So if you want to stay up to date with all the Vanguard news, be sure to watch that when I get back in 2 weeks' time, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!